Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry the status of the Komenda Sugar Factory. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, the Komenda Sugar Factory was commissioned in 2016 as part of a broad national vision to develop self-sustaining agro-industrial zones. However, the strategic value of the factory has been undermined by lack of capital investment, poor maintenance, deteriorating infrastructure, and raw material supply side weakness.
I'm pleased to be here today to attend the commissioning of the Komenda Sugar Factory. On this occasion, I wish that my comrade and mentor, Professor John Evans Atamils, was here with us because the dream started with him. The revival of the Komenda sugar plant was one of the major planks of our Better Ghana agenda. The inauguration of the Komenda Sugar Factory will provide jobs. It is estimated that in full production, this project will provide direct and indirect jobs to an estimated 7,300 people. The current plant we see here is a 1,250 ton per day mill. It means it's 250 tons bigger than the original plant that was here. So the capacity of this factory is 25% bigger than the original plant that we had here. The resultant effect of the close down of these sugar mills was that our country became totally dependent on imported sugar for domestic and industrial consumption. And so as I speak, every single cube of sugar, every single grain of sugar that we eat here in Ghana is imported from outside. Komenda is going to change that. It is my honor and my pleasure to declare the Komenda Sugar Factory duly inaugurated.
The factory was constructed as a strategic asset with a capacity of 1,200 metric tons per day of sugarcane processing and to produce between 112 metric tons to 150 metric tons of refined sugar daily. At optimal operations, the factory was to provide 80,000 direct and indirect jobs, serve as a strategic socio-economic asset for the people of Komenda, Central Region, and Ghana as a whole, and become a state-led agro-industrial enclave for sugarcane. Mr. Speaker, despite the potential contribution of the factory to national development, technical and operational deficiencies have prevented the factory from running at full capacity.
This is my first time I enter work Komenda. MPP government where you be where you would for because of crime and Komenda. She Komenda Sugar Factory, she machine side, Mama, Audrey Yahoo, Odibesi was a man, good 8 years. And then they maba Komenda, men who them raho. She machines are papa, and Yamanado so went to one fine yegma. She hear you to fall. She want, even one movie, even one cocaine, even one tramol, even one in them city, the way you used to. And I said, the Mazi, same people government over the 8 years, so what to Moya? It's a youth for ever say a Shabbat. Moduyakupa MPP government is the time in the daytime 25th or 26th. MPP have been power beyond that. Or send one man you are good. In the year with the JM, or Yaza upon Audrey Yahu, Audrey Ghana for who, Audrey Puntu, Audrey Abatano. Let's send them out, Mama commanded that. Then if you kept cost not, Mama command Komenda Sugar Factory Ghana for Mama party brand by the Daniel. They ain't change end this government that. Woman young Chiado, nay about Tembiala, one for what and Panfra, more Biano Hunter, never government over Abelma, would discuss one yashi, Shaku Fadu Papa, or the Ghana Sika ship could call in Nigeria. Last week to call Constable, or the ship on Ohio, in 2 years they could ship on Nigeria, Wakaton, no Canadian party. She look at it. Mr. Maslawan, man, that's about Komenda Sugar Factory, the J. Obey my brother, 4 years of being on my bat and Biala, you enjoy. Nay, I want to Mr. Casadama, man is.
For YouTube,
The machinery and equipment of the factory have not been refurbished since construction in 2016. Equipment, generators, and motors need maintenance, and boiler top hull needs replacement to bring the factory back to life. Moreover, the factory has been disconnected from the National Grid by Electricity Company of Ghana and water supply by Ghana Water Company Limited due to unpaid bills. Added to the poor state of the equipment, the facility has accumulated significant debts. Further, operationalization of the factory has also been hindered by lack of raw materials. The farming community, which was expected to anchor the raw material supply, remains disengaged due to lack of institutional support and unclear procurement channels.
Sisiala, in Sipole, the factory no Accra, as it took to Abuchi was Abba. Yet the party from the Alien Mufu. It's a Yama Belwati. That's now Chazama, the antennal car. Abatono, Mamma and Arjun, the commanded, now setting there. Factory is Suhi. First, get to the our crowd is the factory. And he nala, the Beckham Wabum, a coffee now, a cane wabum, the out to Abadi the Papa, setting the work got a foot now, Yamasi. The factory is here, never power cry, a situation to be Brazil. As a Baba, let other, Ganda Puguan, ye image Maya. I now show you the other here. On Kuma, first sugar came from factory, we see the commander Hebia. Assassin out of the hole. It's a Yama Abadwati. Abad, Ossan argument, Mediala, Ossan argument, and Mediala. Now, coffee or commander, none Posido. Call. Further so grown, I didn't know. Yedu Papa, and you're about to abet yet. No more so can I say. Opi ogonoda ye bia obaba na obaba obi abesi factory no obaba no ababa hwe factory no amako afo ye ho atwen ye ntumi ntina ahochirim de mala commander posi de adwo bia le ni ha kai adwo bia le ni ha factory odo besi ni na ye gu ahom ene ye wie ni a osisan yige he kasiala aban osisan adwen ye de me ye boto abetian ye bom ya hwe bia aba no so boto abo bo commander na afofo ma sem na ye.
Mr. Speaker, when I took office last year, I visited Komenda to engage with the chiefs and people, members of parliament, local authorities, farmers, and stakeholders. As a result of the visit and a report submitted to government, an interim management committee was constituted to conduct a thorough technical assessment of the factory's assets, including installed equipment, machinery, production lines, and auxiliary facilities, and assess existing liabilities.
Yera Mahama eyi misemi me swafo abehwe trade agribusiness and industry no oka kire me se wo gidi o mi mu se Komenda sugar factory wa hye okatache ni mpanyimfo bo se beba so me nhwe na yemra so entuhwa me be ye adwuma yi bosumi mienu kra mai enso maduru ha na maye hu meetings bebre kra ansa na meba etimi ba ha yi mi ma de potin ya me behwe. And so I've seen the state of the factory. We all saw it. This is a huge factory that has been allowed to run down, unfortunately. And this is this nation's asset. And we really want to bring it up to work. And so once I've seen this, the valuers will also and tell us where we are with numbers. And I'm sure very soon we'll be able to see work begin as in fixing the place, and then sooner thereafter we can start work. It will be recalled that at my vetting, when I was asked timelines, I said expeditious timeline. And everything shows that less than 2 months after I was sworn in as Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, I'm here to start work to ensure that we create the needed job. The beauty of this factory is that when it starts, it's going to run 24 hours. And this is going to be one of our 24-hour economy factories. And so it is good. I'm going to put all the energies that I have to make sure, together with Nananom, with the MP, with the regional minister, we've had our meetings already. And so the regional minister has told me a few things, same as Nana. We went to the palace. Nana has also told me a few things, and the MP has also done the same.
Undertake a comprehensive review of the factory's financial position and assess its business viability to include an indicative estimate of the human resource and capital investment required for its successful turnaround. Also, to conduct an integrated assessment of the raw material supply chain, including land availability, agro potential, logistics, and partnership. The committee is to make proposal for a sustainable raw material supply model for efficient production. Also, to propose a roadmap to guide the smooth transition of the factory from the status into an operational factory, ensuring institutional, regulatory, and logistic readiness. The IMC has generated an interim report. Currently, the committee is working to submit a comprehensive report on the status of the factory. Given the importance government attaches to the factory, the ministry has prioritized the engagement of a transactional advisor to package the factory and secure a strategic investor to operationalize the factory and farms in the 2026 budget. I thank you for the opportunity, Mr.
Yes, Honourable Member, any supplementary?
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Speaker, as the Minister said, the project was commissioned in 2016, so it's about 10 years old now. I want to find out whether there are any timelines as to when the factory would start full operation.
Yes, Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for that question. As I indicated earlier, a transactional advisor is being procured. I'm sure as soon as that is done, the strategic investor will also be sorted, and so the factory will come on stream. I can assure you that we are working expeditiously to ensure that the Komenda Sugar Factory comes on stream again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Speaker, I want to find out whether the outgrowers, whether they have started sugarcane production as we speak.
Yes, Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Fortunately, the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry is embarking on the Feed the Industry program. We have secured land thanks to the Komenda Chief, and very soon, when we get the private sector operator, he will tell us the kind of sugarcane that they will need for the factory, and same will be done. We'll do backwards integration so they can start the production and then later get the sugarcane. Thank you very much.
Any more?
I'm grateful, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you so much. We move to the second question. Former Minister, Western Region.
Mr. Speaker, I'd like to know from the Minister for Trade and Agribusiness whether the factory has ever produced sugar, and how many tons of sugar, and where did they get their sugar came from?
Yes, Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Yes, Komenda has ever produced sugar, but I cannot give you the figures. If you ask me for figures, I'll provide. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Please, I would like to ask the Minister whether the factory is under the management of the ministry or a private sector contractor. I don't know. The management of the factory, is it under the supervision of the ministry or a private operator?
Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As I speak to you right now, the factory is not under any operation. It will be recalled that this factory has not worked for so many years, but the ministry supervises it. Thank you. That's why we are working very hard to operationalize it. Thank you.
Oh, Minister for Energy. Yes, please.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker,
Given that the minister talked about non-payment of electricity bills, which started from 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, culminating in the curtailment of electricity to the factory, leading to huge unpaid bills, I want to inquire from the minister what plan she has to ensure that all those huge accumulated bills that she inherited are settled to enable the factory to kickstart. Thank you.
Honourable Minister, do you have answer to this question? You may do so.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as I indicated earlier, the factory has accumulated electricity bills that's worrisome. I inherited same when I took office last year. When we have the transactional advisor and we have the private sector operator, it will be part of the cost of the plant, and so all of that will be taken care of. So I can assure the Minister for Energy that even when we bring this plant on stream, the inherited debts relative to the electricity bill will be sorted out. I thank you for the opportunity.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would like to find out from the Minister the terms of reference of the transaction advisor. Thank you.
Honourable Member, I don't know where this supplementary question is coming from. Because the sentence says, given the importance government attaches to the factory, the ministry has prioritized the engagement of a transaction advisor to package the factory. So they've not yet engaged. They are prioritized to engage. And you are already asking for the terms of reference. Yes, please.
I would like to know the scope of the transaction advisor, the scope of his work.
Minister, do you have any answer to that?
Respectfully, if we get the authorization from the Ministry of Finance, we will draft one for the transactional advisor, but it's obvious that we have not procured one, and so its terms is not ready. Thank you.
He's been on his feet for some time, so please.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, last year when the 2026 budget was read, sugarcane farmers were up in arms with the government over their lack of commitment with respect to the government's commitment in reviving the factory. Right Honourable Speaker, when you check the last paragraph to the answer from the minister, she claims that given the importance government attaches to the factory, the ministry has prioritized the engagement of a transaction advisor to package the factory and secure a strategic investor to operationalize the factory and farms in the 2026 budget. Mr. Speaker, as I said, in the 2026 budget, nowhere was the revival, or if you like, the Komenda factory ever mentioned. And so I want to find out from the minister how she seeks to deal with that commitment, as she is claiming that in the 2026 budget, it was mentioned or is going to be mentioned. Thank you.
Yes, Minister.
Thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, I think that maybe if the honorable member has said he has not seen, I would have appreciated it more. But for his information, the 2026 budget made mention of Komenda Sugar Factory. What is more, the people of Komenda are not up in arms. Sugarcane growers are not up in arms. I have indicated that they are rather excited because for the past 8 years, they were not engaged. But when I assumed office as Ghana's Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, I engaged them. And so they know that very soon they will get the opportunity to grow sugarcane for the Komenda Sugar Factory. So there is nothing like they being in arms, and there is a provision for Komenda Sugar Factory in the 2026 budget. Thank you very much, Honorable Member.
Honorable members, please, may we move on to the next question? The next question